Hello everyone, this is Nidhi and welcome back to my channel all about law. When we are talking about a valid contract, one of the essential element of a valid contract is contractual capacity of parties, which means that the parties must be competent enough to enter into that contract. So in our today's video, I am going to discuss about the contractual capacity of parties. Now, when we talk about Section 11 of the Indian Contract Act 1872, it very clearly specifies that whenever a person is entering into a contract, he or she should be of majority age, he or she should be of sound mind, and he or she should not be disqualified under any law which he or she is subject to. So when we analyze this when we analyze this condition in detail, we come to a conclusion that there are three categories of persons or three categories of parties who are competent to enter into a contract. Or in other words, we can say that there are three categories of parties who are disqualified from entering into a contract. So basically, contractual capacity means the competency of parties, which means that they must possess the conditions which are required to enter into the contract, and only then the contract will be considered as valid contract. So let us discuss these categories of persons. Number one is the person should not be a minor. Okay, the parties to a contract or the party to a contract should not be a minor. Minor means any person who has not attained the age of 18 years. Okay, so every person who is below the age of 18 will be considered as a minor, and any contract entered with a minor or any contract entered by a minor will be considered as void ab initio. It will not have any effect. Okay, now but in case the minor person has an appointed guardian for his property or assets, or his property or assets are under the superintendence of court, then in that case, unless the party or unless the minor attains the age of 21 years, he or she cannot enter into a contract. Which means that in normal circumstances, what will happen is that if the person attains the age of 18 or above, then he or she becomes a major and he can enter into a contract. But in case the minor has appointed guardian, okay, if the minor has property and assets and for which a guardian has been appointed, or his property and assets are under the superintendence of court of wards, then in that case the majority age will become 21 years. Okay, once he attains the age of 21, and only then he can enter into a contract. So first category of persons is that the person should not be a minor. Second category of person is that the person should not be of unsound mind. Unsound mind means the person is not able to think, or his mind is out of control, or he's basically under any intoxication or alcoholic effect. Okay, that person is lunatic, that person cannot rationally make any judgment, he cannot think, his mind is out of control and he is not in his senses. Such a person will be considered as person of unsound mind. So for every valid contract, the party must be of sound mind. He or she should not be lunatic or basically under any intoxication. He should be capable of rational judgment, and only that in that case the person will be considered of sound mind. Okay, so the person should not be lunatic, insane, or under any intoxication. Then the third category of persons who are disqualified from entering into a contract are, or who are not considered as competent to enter into a contract are, certain category of persons are there who are basically disqualified by law only. Okay, to which they are subject to, and in that case those persons, you cannot enter into a contract with those persons. Such persons are basically alien enemies, or sovereign offenders or convicts. Such category of person, foreign ambassadors, such persons are disqualified from law. Okay, so you cannot enter into a contract with such people. Alien enemies, they are considered as disqualified. The other category of person who is basically disqualified from entering into a contract is the persons who are insolvent, or they are bankrupt, not having a single penny in their bank account. So if you enter into a contract with such persons also, that contract will not be considered as valid, it will be just void. So take a quick recap of what we have discussed right now, that basically there are three categories of persons who are not competent to enter into a contract. Number one, the person or the party is a minor. Number 2, the person or the party is of unsound mind. And number 3, the person or the parties are basically disqualified from law to which they are subject to. Okay, rest all the other people, okay, the people who are not falling into these three categories, rest every other person that is above 18 years and of sound mind and is not disqualified by law, he or she can enter into a contract at any point of time. So this was all about the contractual capacity of parties. I hope you liked the video, you understood the topic. I'll be back soon with a new video. Till then, have a nice day and take care. Goodbye.